Danmachi or Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon Season 4 Part 2 Episode 6. And in this episode we got everything that I was wanting to see. If you see my last episode reviews, not only of this first part, or I should say second part, but also of the first part of the Season 4, I've been asking for Belle and Ryu to explore the deep floors. I was actually really happy to know in the last episode that they were going to start exploring the dungeon in this episode. We actually got to see almost everything that I wanted to see because again, if you remember, I've been asking them to explore the dungeon, the 37th floor specifically. I've been asking them to fight some 37th floor monsters, to survive, to, I guess you can say, interact with each other. And we actually saw all of that in this episode. We actually get to see them explore, we actually get to see them interact, we actually get to see them do a lot of stuff. So yeah, I got to give a lot of praise to the anime, or more specifically to the episode. And even better than that is that the majority of the episode was focused only on that. The episode was mainly about that. Most of the scenes were about that, about Belle and Ryu having to struggle down there, fighting and things like that, while at the same time not taking away from the other scenes that were demonstrated, that were shown to us. For example, of Aisha, of the rescue team Catgirls, of other things that happened. Yeah, in general, a really good episode because it was well rounded, it was well thought. A lot of things happened and all of them were very important, while at the same time delivering us something that we wanted to see for a long time. And at the start of the episode, we got another flashback from Ryu when she was in the Astrea Familia. She was having a discussion with Kaguya. And I actually thought at the beginning that that was actually not going to be important, that it was just going to be another flashback. A good flashback, but it wasn't going to have any sort of effect in the current situation that they're in. But no, later on in the episode, in fact, in the last part of the episode, the almost ending scenes were about that. I mean, the beginning and the end. I mean, the beginning and the end tied up, the beginning and the end were tied up perfectly together because in the beginning we see how Ryu is discussing with Kaguya ideals. I guess that is how you can call them because they were discussing if one to sacrifice other people for the better or if all of them should be safe. Because from Ryu's perspective, what is the purpose of surviving? What is the purpose of a future if there were people sacrificed in between, in the middle? And from Kaguya's perspective, that doesn't even matter because at the end of the day, what is important is the end goal. It doesn't matter what happened in between, just as long as you can get to the end goal, which in their case is to have a better future, to survive and things like that. This is not something new. This has been a debate since ancient times. And we see how at the end of the episode, Yu has changed her perspective, has changed her way of thinking because now she no longer thinks what she thought. She has now the same frame of thought that Kaguya had because, I mean, now she's thinking about sacrificing herself in order for Belle to survive. That wouldn't even happen in the past. And yeah, I mean, some people may say that that is actually a good thing to do because you need to have a scenario for everything that could possibly happen. And some other people may think that that is actually just being pessimistic because you don't need to think of those things. You don't need to have those sort of thoughts because yeah, I mean, if you're already thinking that, then you're already wrong because you're already thinking of sacrificing yourself. But like I said, other people may think that that is actually a good thing because maybe that way you can prevent something from happening in the future that is bad, for example Belle dying or something like that. We also saw Ryu blush in the episode. That was actually unexpected, to be honest. I actually didn't thought we were going to see that. I thought that Ryu wasn't that type of character, but I actually like it, to be honest, because that gives more, I guess you can say, personality to her. That she's aware of the situation she's in. I mean, she's with Belle alone in the 37th floor. So yeah, when you have those type of conversations between Belle and her, yeah, there are going to be times where that sort of things are going to happen. And yeah, it actually happened in this episode. But yeah, that was actually surprising to see. And very briefly on the other part of the episode, we saw how now the main party, Aisha and the others, now know that there is a possibility that Belle fell to the 37th floor. Now they are aware of that because now that they have arrived to the location where supposedly Belle was to be located, he wasn't there. There was a big hole in the floor, so logically I think they're coming to the idea that maybe he fell down there. And also we saw how the Xenos arrived at the end of the episode to save them. I actually wasn't also expecting that to happen. I didn't expect to see them again, but yeah, I mean, they arrived and they are now helping out the party. So maybe that is how they are going to survive in the 37th 7th floor because I was questioning myself how they were going to do that, how they were going to survive if, I mean, most of them are level 2, but maybe with the help of the Xenos, whatever they're called, and maybe with the help of the cat girls, maybe they can survive down there. That is actually a possibility, so yeah. But yeah, that is everything that I wanted to say. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I guess I'll see you all in the next episode review.